Hello, I'm Joshua Nipper, and welcome to Contractors War Chest YouTube channel. And on today's episode, we are doing a tutorial on the break-even point calculator. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. So, once you open up your monthly break-even calculator, you'll be landing on the disclaimer page. And I want to draw your attention to the center of the page where it says, for any issues, questions, or technical support, please contact us at contractorswarchest@gmail.com. I just want to make sure that you guys are aware that our contact info is there. And if you have any issues or any suggestions for improvements, please reach out to us there or drop a comment below. All right, let's move on to the monthly break-even point calculator. So this is a really simple calculator that will tell you what your break-even revenue is and how many jobs you need in order to break even for that month. So the overhead cost column. So it's important to note here that anything in yellow requires you to update. So it's a direct input by you. You put in your own numbers on that column, and it's going to then automatically calculate the rest for you. So the first column here we come to overhead cost. So if you have not seen my overhead cost calculator or watched that video, please do so. I linked it down below. And if you want to get a copy of the overhead calculator, go to contractorswarchest.com and get your copy. That is a very important piece to running any business, but specifically a contracting business, because you're going to list out all of your overhead costs, and that calculator automatically calculates what your per job overhead rate should be, depending on how many jobs you do in a month. So it's a really cool tool to use. So go check that out so you can get this break-even calculator accurate, so you know going into the month, you have confidence that you're going to break even that month, hopefully make a profit. So break-even calculator. So overhead cost. This is what you're going to get off of the overhead calculator. The total overhead monthly cost. So for this scenario, we're going to say our monthly overhead cost, we'll say, is $15,000. All right. So we're just using this as a scenario. So if it, and you can play around with this to meet your needs, but I just want to kind of show you how it works, give you the nuts and bolts of it. So your average revenue per job. So let's say you're a stainer and your average job is $2,500 a job. So that's what your average job is. Okay. So your next one here, your gross profit percentage. Now, your gross profit percentage can be calculated based on a couple of numbers. So in the estimating engines, you will see that you have the material cost, labor cost, which is considered cost of goods sold, and then you have two other buckets, if you will, of where the money gets split to. You have the overhead bucket and then the net profit bucket. So those two numbers combined will give you your your gross profit percentage. All right. So using the gross profit percentage number that you have for your company, you put it in here. And I will say, you, as a contracting business, you're going to really try to get as close to that 50% gross profit as you possibly can, because I'll show you the reason why you really want to get close to that 50% here in a second. But for this example, let's say that our gross profit is 40%. So my break even revenue point for the month for me to cover my bills is $37,500. That's how much money I need to bring into the business in order for me to break even, pay my bills, and then have enough left over to pay my guys. So that's basically what I need a month. 37,500. All right, so jobs needed. You need 15 jobs a month to cover your break even point amount. And that's anticipating that your average job is all your jobs you're going to get are right at the $2,500 mark. All right. So let's keep on going down here a little way. So lead conversion rate. So that is how many leads does it take? How many phone calls do you get in order to get to 15 jobs a month? That's what this calculates. So at a 38% conversion rate, and you can raise this if you are up to say 40% conversion rate, you can change the numbers. Let's say you're at a 50. Let's say you're at a 50% conversion rate. Then, as you see, the leads needed goes down. So we'll put it back on 38. That seems to be the industry average for most contracting businesses. So we'll leave it at 38%. So leads needed to break even. I need my phone to ring 40 times, and I need 40 leads. I need to go do 40 estimates, or at least have that conversation 40 times within a month to get out and get the 15 jobs needed to break even, and that's at a 38% conversion rate. Now, it's not. We're not going to get into the whole qualifying your leads deal on this video, but I will be putting out another video on qualifying leads, so you can get that lead conversion rate a little higher. And that will be coming in the future. So make sure you like and subscribe to this channel and hit the notification button. So whenever I do put that video out, you will be notified. All right, so let's jump back up to the top real quick and look at this gross profit percent number. So that's at a 40% gross profit percent. Now, let's say that you are hitting your mark every time on your estimates and you're at a 50% gross profit. That means that your overhead net profit money percent is 50% of what the cost of goods are. So 50% is cost of goods sold and 50% is gross profit. So as you see, once we raise that to 50%, now our break even revenue point goes to $30,000. And our jobs needed is down to 12 jobs per month, not the 16 that it was. So that's why it's super important for you guys to understand your numbers and be sending quotes out that's going to make you money in the end. That's going to, the reason why we do this is to make money, not to rip people off, but to make a good living at it. And 50% gross profit is really where you want to be, or as close to 50% gross profit in your company. And this is a fine example on the reason why you need to try to strive to meet that 50%. And I get it. Some industries you're not going to find that 50% gross profit. Some areas you might be, the competition might be way too high. But but I and that's this ain't the video to really get into that right now. We'll be putting out another video on that. So, but I just wanted to kind of show you the higher gross percentage profit you have, the less jobs you'll need per month, and the less break-even revenue you will need. So I hope you learned something on this calculator that I just showed you today. Like I said, if you have not seen my other financial calculators for your business, I linked those down below. And also you can find those at contractorswarchest.com and go get your own version, own copies of those. And I also have estimating engines for many different trades out there. So go check that out. I also link that down below. So again, thank you for watching and have a great day.